does that mean? Okay, but you're called to what? Would you please look at the scripture again? And all y'all should have your scriptures out. You're called unto what? No. Look at the scripture.
You're therefore called.
Called to what?
That you should inherit a blessing.
No. What does it say before that?
Oh, contrary-wise? For evil. Okay,
but contrary-wise what? You are called to bless those who are evil and mean and contrary to you. You are called to usher and issue, come on now, the blessing. You are called to bless them because what you sow is what you're going to reap. Let's come on now. When you give the blessing, you are sowing. Although all hell's coming to you, you give. See, Joseph blessed. Are y'all getting this? So I'm going to come over here and smack Adrian upside the head, and she's going to kiss me on the hand so she can show her spirituality. Now, she's saying, no, then you ain't getting blessed then. Then you ain't. See, if you don't bless, then the blessing will not come on you. Let's understand this. All right, come on. Talk. Go ahead, Zola. Say it, because you go ahead. Say it. Say it, Zola. Go on.
Well, the only thing that I was going to say is when a man ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. So if somebody comes, because the natural man doesn't know the things of the Spirit of God, because they're foolishness unto him. So if I come, naturally, we're going to want to hit you back. But spiritually, we're supposed to love you, still love you the same, and turn the other cheek and say, here, hit me right here too. No, I'm not saying.
No, but that's true. Now we're talking about spirit. See, until you bless, God puts you in a mess so that you can bless. And see, the natural man does not understand that. The natural man, see, Lord, your elevation comes from you being stepped on. And what you do per your being stepped on. Go ahead. Okay, wait a minute.
Count it all joy when ye fall into temptation, knowing this, the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have a perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire.
What does perfect mean? Mature. So that you can be mature. So we can stop looking at things from the outer man and start looking at things in the spirit. The natural man cannot understand these things. So the Lord has called you out. See, until you bless, until you do it, and you can sit here and quote all the scriptures you want, tomorrow you got to do it at work and at home. While we're talking, because we're talking with our niece and nephew in Maryland and giving them scriptural examples through our lives, and I was telling them how I would yell and scream. Well, Pastor Pat would yell and scream too. We was two yelling, screaming idiots. Okay? Yelling and screaming. We just got married, yelling, screaming. Ah! Who can be the loudest? I told you before, we walk past each other, not talk, for a week and a half. I mean, that's what we did, okay? Now, we were raised in church, but that's what they taught us in church. That's what they taught us, okay? Now, the Lord got a hold of Pastor Pat. And she began to change. I didn't change a lick. Okay? So I began, she was talking about God said this, God said that. Really? Let me push this button because I know the buttons. I know all the buttons, so I push the button. What God say now? Okay? One thing that would upset her more than anything is when I yell and say, no. And she, I said, you can't have that, you can't do that. She said, you ain't my daddy. I know I ain't your dad, I'm your husband. And I said it like that. I'm your husband. Now, I didn't get it. I'm your husband. You're going to do it while I'm being loud. Okay. Hey, but that's what I did. And it was on then. But then she began to be perfect, mature. Because she was hearing God and doing. And I've told you about this before when the Lord had me to step from the kitchen to the living room, and the refrigerator's right there, and he had me take the magnet off the refrigerator and do what with it? Put it back on the refrigerator, and it stuck. He had me do that 3 times. I said, Lord, what's this about? He said, now put it on. Is this magnet?
Put it on the board.
Now put it on the wood between the two. And it was like this. It just fell. It just fell. He had me do that 3 times. I said, Lord, what's up? He said, the prince of darkness cometh and finds nothing in me. Talking about Jesus. He said, that's what I want you. He said, right now, everything Satan does through people sticks to you, and you acting all ugly in the face. That was it. He said, I want you to come to a place where what is done to you from Satan through people just falls right off.
And when you were talking about Pastor Pat, back when you guys were, when she was experiencing what she was experiencing, she was going to, I think, 2 Peter 1:4. The characteristics of Jesus.
Right.
She was going through the temperance. She was going through the brotherly kindness. She was going through all those things, but you can't see them. You didn't understand what she was doing, but she did.
But I saw the fruit.
Right. You saw the manifestation of what she was doing.
I saw the fruit. I saw the peace.
Yeah.
Because when I would yell at her, she'd yell back. And now this, back in the 70s, this would happen. It don't happen now. But if the wife did something credit-wise, and they would call the house, because that's what they did, because she went and ordered a car. And the man called me up. And I said, cancel the order. Now look at Roz. Look at Roz. Look at Roz. She said, oh, no. She was mad. And she came back with that again. Now look at this. Look. Cancel.